Okay, well, I see you in. You're boarding on some spaceship. So your energy sphere looks like a boarding zone connected to Jupiter 2TF1 platform. I have no idea what it is. Let me see. So there's like 3 entrances and the ships come in. Capsule ones, I see them a lot these days, metallized capsules. So they come and it's just happening now. So basically I'm looking at Saturn. I've been there. There are orphanage centers where they used to raise kids, and in charge of those facilities were reptilians. They were dressed kind of in funky clothes, like from the 60s, like brown aprons and kind of like brown dresses, kind of like wool material with aprons. And I don't see them anymore. I do see kids, and I see you come there and help raise their awareness and nurture their feelings and comfort them and slowly transition them into this other reality. So basically, they're not coming to this reality. I don't see that. It's like this. It's like a linear time. I see the Saturn here. There's like a jump room on Saturn where they teleported into some other reality that we're almost there, but we're not there yet. And that reality is like free Earth. I see the chain was the what's it called, the where you put the key in. Yeah, the broken, basically. The chain around the Earth is broken, and it's all free, and that's the point of destination. But before that, you're using some machinery or some devices that they use for their torture labs, or some torture techniques that they use on the kids and the rooms. They're restructured now into some almost like a kindergarten, pre-K type class with toys and things like that. And you're just basically talking to them. You're like a psychologist, um, and you develop their ability to adapt into a new world because they were like encaged, and it was like almost like living in a concentration camp. But they're so used to reptilians around, they almost kind of shocked to see people. And I see you in this interesting suit. It's like second skin metallic with a stripe, navy stripe going down here, and the same like here on the sides. Earth Alliance group. Yeah, and there are quite a few. I feel like there are 20 of you on board of each spaceship. You have 2 clones and you working. So 2 clones. It's kind of like this. There are 2 clones who are doing it. There's third clone in the lab. I don't know why, but it's stuck in the tube, like in that, you know how they grow clones in that kind of tube.
Mm-hmm.
This other two working was the kids connected to you, and you get out of your physical body at night and go check on them what they're doing, because you know all their thoughts, what they're doing. You It's like you get constant report on the actions and the progress of the children if they reach this certain point when I see like children being transported first to the, we can call it new earth, new world, whatever, but it just we're gradually going towards that one. We're shedding the layers of this programming. Um, it's like systems of control, and they're different: education, medical, money, and so on. And we're gonna get there, but those kids just they've never seen, they've never been a nurse. They're children of those adults who were taken from Earth, like abducted and taken and coupled up. It's almost like a breeding, a hybridization program. Like they breed animals. They would put them in the same kind of cage, a male and female, and the male would get pregnant. They would take the child and to be raised by reptilians. And there are a few bases. There is on the moon one, the orphanage. There's on Saturn. There's on Mars. Jupiter is the one like a station where um, it's like ammunition storage and also marketplace, kind of like a galactic marketplace where they used to exchange for different technology, things like that. I also see some. I feel like there's some world leaders would be gone to Jupiter, sign contracts. How many humans they would give for this particular technology and back. There are negotiation rooms there too, but that's where your docks are. Like you park your spaceships there, and from there you leave. You go over to Saturn, and back and forth. Um, and that's basically like your. It's like your energy sphere is looks almost exactly like the Jupiter one, and you create like portals or points of departure from those portals around your energy sphere. There's three of them, and they definitely do take your energy. Though I see 32% of energy split in three is taken by those clones. There's like 11 by those and just 10 by that one that is non-functional. There's something wrong with him. They're fixing, or no, they're not fixing. They're growing. He's not fully grown. So if we go all the way back to how the whole story started and what was your previous life, the life before the first incarnation on Earth. So I see like 13. This is 14th incarnation. So the very first one, I see like a lot of spaceships coming to Earth, lots of them. They look like round and they are teardrop shape, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a fleet of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the very end. Stingray shape if you look from above. And they just like storm through and they go underwater Atlantic Ocean. And there's a portal there that just like straight go there. They're Syrians from Sirius A and B. And they have the underwater bases there. Um, they have the training ground. They've been fighting with reptilians forever. That's what you were saying. Because when the reptilians came to take over Earth, supported by the Alliance of Dracos, and then they created this alliance together, like the Orion group, we call it. There's been a lot of fighting going on right above the surface of the ocean. And there's a lot of shaking of the earth and a lot of salty water turned into lost its abilities. It's like I see it like this. Some big oceans were split into seas, and I'm looking at the Lake Ontario. It showed up, and it's like all the Great Lakes were one big ocean. And because of the there's they were throwing bombs from their spaceships. Their spaceships are huge, round, flat. I see reptilians on them. And there's something happened to the a rotational the spin and the speed, the frequency was shaken and it got off. And because they manipulated it, was there some bombs, there serious bombs happening. That the water was like going over land and land was going down, and I just see like a great battles. And you've been watching these battles, you've been participating in them also. And you know the portals. I see you like on the spaceship zooming in straight into the water, and I see reptilian ships, and they're like kind of like there's a cave underwater. It opens for you, but it closes right before them, like, and they can't get through. There's somebody in your energy sphere. I'm telling you to call on him. Pick reptilian, spikes, 3 spikes on each side. Hair on the arms. Strange looking kind of vest, but it's all like a solid metal vest. I don't know how it was put on. It's almost like it was molded onto. There's definitely some he's implanted with something himself in the chest area, and he's connected to you through the chest to your spinal cord in 3 places. Lower back, in the middle, and where the neck begins. Those 3. It's almost like somebody like put it in there like this. And one cord goes to his spaceship, another one to some lab, and third one to him. The lab is on Orion, clearly there. You're saying that they took a lot of your scientists, a lot of your warriors. You say that you remember me, and you came here for a reason, and you're tired of fighting. And that's why you decided to help out the other way around, because you've had enough experience of fight and it was pushed onto you. You were made to do it. And they, when they basically something happened was there are layers of verse that I see that energetically they were shifted, and I see like your cave. It's like a portal. It kind of falls through. Energetically, it dissipates. I don't see it anymore. Kind of falls through. And that's where they, and then I see them build some metallic structure around the essence of the earth, that round in the middle. It's like tubing system, like a globe inside the globe, but metallic. And it kind of holds the earth in a certain position. The essence holds in a certain position of the round. And the surface, it goes like it's like a breathing cell. It goes round, gets flat, round, flat, like that. You're just showing it all to me, basically communicating this information to your physical part. Um, and because when that happened, you just lost control. You couldn't go back anymore. You were, it's like disoriented. Spaceships are gone. You cannot open portals. System of control is put over the earth. Grids. First, they built different little small energetic covers. It looks like kind of a bell, energetic bell, or a dome, but there are different domes over each continent, which like a colony of different stars, alien race, and then a big one over this area where we exist on Earth that we call our planet, but it's actually we just don't know, or we just exist on a small part of it. And you came up with this mission. Inside the mission, basically what this reptilian is doing to you all your life, he's trying to stir you in the opposite direction of what you're going along with your soul. And he created a lot of strange circumstances um, in your life since childhood. A lot of feelings of being misunderstood. Deep down, it's like you lost something, you're lonely, you lost something because in reality, you lost the connection to your people, to your team of, like your crew, that you would do all this going back and forth, connecting to Earth, doing work here, going back. You were also trying to save the scientists from Sirius that they took over, and they try to use them and force them to create the participate in this project, the human body, the turning off of human DNA. They wanted to create it the way that they could easily infiltrate it with their own energy. But I feel like when it was being created, Syrians are the ones also who, it's almost as if they pretended that they could do it and they didn't do it. So, and that's why they put so many systems of control and brainwashing to keep us down, because they knew that once we know our true potential, when we figure that one out, we're out of the cage of their control system. Can't hold us anymore. And that's what they were trying so hard to infiltrate every system, and I mean everything, the food, the water, the air, and the other stuff too, to keep us kind of down. Stasis, have foggy state of mind type thing. And you froze that reptilian. You kind of like pushed him on the way, put him in this cube of ice, and told him to just stay there and ask whoever it is who keeps the contracts to bring your contract. He brings this huge book that's like a big folder. The folder has, oh, I mean, it's like around 1,000 pages in it. And these are the thousands of Syrian souls who ended up here because they couldn't come back. Um, and each of those warrior souls you have contract. You tell him to bring to you took it. You found yours. You found 2 pages of yours, and I see you hold them. They're like blue, ultraviolet blue kind of color. You tear them in 4, put them in a bowl, and light them up with a crystal. Interesting color crystal, kind of like bright red, like a stone, like a ruby or something. And it just melts. Paper looks like it melts like plastic and turns into liquid. And you just throw it out. You also do this interesting thing with the book. You put it in some pyramid type structure. It's made out of kind of dark, it's I think it's called tiger's eye, kind of rock, a stone that kind of looks like that, brownish, lighter brown mixed. And you say that this pyramid is going to be available. You created a bubble around it. It's a bubble of protection. Nobody can get to it, but those souls who lost control of their spaceships like you did and were captured, incarnated in Earth. And so I see it kind of like hanging in space. But they would automatically go to it when they receive the information, and if their consciousness level is letting them accept the information and use it, they can easily access that folder and take their contracts out and destroy them. I see you taking some, you know what it is? It's like on your forehead. It looks like a tiara, but tiara is on top. This one's like here. It's got some points and different kind of loops, like a pattern thing on it. It's metallic. It's like an implant. You take it off because what it does, it has on the sides, it has some kind of wires wrapping around the ear. It's like was a little. It's almost like little microphones or something in the ear that they can communicate to you through them. And they've been communicating to you since your childhood. You thought it was your imagination, but that was them. You take that one off your head. You unplug those 3 from the back. And you break the connection There is a big cord. It's literally connected to your, where the belly button is, to those 3 clones. Then you just unplug it, you tear it out, and you fold it, It creates like a big, a white energy ball, and just transform it into a big bird, big white bird, and flies away. Then you look at your DNA. Your DNA looks like leaves, one on top of the other, but they got holes on the sides. The holes were put there on purpose by that reptilian. He's not actually in command. His command is draconian, the dark green draconian. He has this kind of crust in the middle of his face to his nose. Very vicious looking, kind of looks like a lizard. Not flat, sticks out. Big yellow eyes. He's the one who is basically directing him what to do. So you took those out. You threw out those implants. There's another thing that you have, like almost like socks or whatever, knee-high socks on your, from your feet to up. They're transparent, whitish, to stop you, or either to force you to go in a certain direction or stop you from going in a certain direction. Those are implants also that you took off your legs and your feet and put in the portal. The portal has like a spinning fire there. So you put all the implants there. You're cleansing your DNA. I see you like touching it with your fingers. You have very long fingers. And you're just kind of fixing them back to the original. So it's done. There's a lot of them. There's like spinning in the motion of some sort, kind of interesting, creating those strands of DNA, but they're composed of like leaves, almost like this bright green, transparent kind of. And then the mental body, the programs that they put into it, and emotional body has like boxes, rectangular flat boxes, a lot of them. I get the number 50, that are just related to different situations in life where you feel betrayed. And that betrayal, it was in a lot of lives. Misunderstood, cannot get my points through, and betrayed. Those are the major feelings that accumulated there, and they cause this kind of like gray clouds connected to each other. It almost looks like a flower of 3 petals. So I see there's like sacks that you put those feelings inside. You create like a shower, but it's like a flat horizontal stick with holes. And the shower is energetic. It's energetic. It just goes through you. I can see your body pushing down all the little particles, all the dirt, all the from whatever substances, chemical substances, heavy metals, whatever, they're just falling, going down into like a puddle down by your feet. And it turned into some sort of kind of like a flat sticky thingy that you just opened a portal and just fell through it right by your feet. And the last thing you do, you just push those. You basically push them with your eyes, kind of like this. So this Draco and the reptilian, they're going into the portal. Let me check one more thing. Feeling of anguish. No, I started talking to one being. There's somebody there, some soul disincarnated, right hip area, kind of like down to the leg. He kind of touches the reproductive organs also. He came from some life. 7. Life number 7. The feeling of anguish. That's what came to me, that he came to you in that life too. Deep, deep, deep disappointment in life. Mother doesn't accept you in that life, you little boy. I see a lot of reindeers. Finland. It's like Finland. It's land. There's a house here. Dark red kind of paint. And I see you. You're dreaming about something that your mother doesn't approve. I, I don't see your father. I think he's working all the time. I feel like he's present in your life, but you don't really know him. He's working in the field. But your mother wants you to continue to be a farmer because the other kids are daughters and you're the only son. But you don't want to do that. You want to be a scientist. You want to study something. And then you want to teach others. And she wants to keep you on the farm helping your father. I see you being 17 and you'll leave. And at that point, I see this guy. You know how he looks like? He looks like he's like a fisherman or something. Like this old pictures of fishermen and those boats, rubber boats, kind of dark. Was that thing like from Rain or whatever it is, rubberized, rubber coat. That's how I see. And that guy just drowns. Storm gets hit by the lightning, drowns, falls down from a boat, loses his life, and gets attached to you. It just basically finds you in the space by vibration of that feeling that you're just very disappointed. You're not supported by your mother. Um, and he was disappointed. He was disappointed that he didn't provide for his family, that he died too soon, and kind of that's a feeling. I see him standing next to you. To my right, your left. He came out. That's what he was causing you. That this feelings of that time goes too fast. I need to do more. I'm a little disappointed how strange and crazy all this life is, and looking back. And that's all from him. This is all from him. Like you get a lot of, you used to get a lot of thoughts from him. I mean, he's no longer a problem. I told you to open a portal. I see you opening like a novel door, your energy sphere, and you opening it, and you created like a like a classical, paradise type picture, like the mountains, the sea, the green grass everywhere. And you ask him, "Do you like this place? Would you like to be there?" And he says, "Who wouldn't like to be on the beach?" And you say, "Just take all of your essence, all of your energy out of my body, and you could go there." And I see him stepping over and closing the door with the portal. He agreed quickly. He was tired, but he was taking your energy. He was causing you some problems too, physically. Uh, but yeah, now that he's gone, I'm kind of like walking in this direction, telling you to touch yourself because some implants are transparent. You have to touch them to reveal them. No, you don't see anything, me neither. So you're clean. But that's what, you basically what you do is just like you assigned to yourself, by yourself, this mission to be a teacher like you wanted in that life, to teach the kids how to survive in a different reality, how to be different, how not to be programmed, how not to be commanded, because we were like an army force raised, like a boot camp almost. With some torture techniques applied to fracture their minds, and you're kind of healing them. There is a lot of us who are doing it, but you're just one off because you're not only a warrior, you worked at the lab there. You had a choice. Basically, you would go like back and forth in between the scientist and the protector because you like to protect, especially whoever it is needed your protection, and spread the knowledge. So, but you changed that timeline. I just saw you like it's like a film composed of slides, and I see like slides falling through, and there's an empty space and like edited, glued together without that piece that fell out. And that was that piece when they started bombarding your main portals through which you were going back and forth to Sirius and back. And you just put the shield of protection against it. It never happened. And I see you going back to your family on Sirius. I see you living in some cage, little cave. Cave looks very interesting. It's like part of the land and goes on underwater. It's like a two-story building. Imagine one story is underwater, another one is on top. It's like you're an amphibian or something like this that you can go both. And your laboratory is located underground, underwater level. I see you being having a child. I feel the male energy. And I see you having a wife. Tall, blue light beings. Eighth dimension. Hmm. Um, to become a physical, you sometimes wear suits, as I understand. And then you can use these ships that are physical and physical density on Sirius. But you can go back and forth almost like the densities are one on top of the other, and they're connected through portal system. And you can use them. Yeah, you can ask any questions. I see like you changed everything.
Well, you did my past life, but that was one of the things I was going to ask. And you answered a question to me. I was going to ask you if I was a healer and in that life, and I feel like you already answered that question as well. Um,
Mm.
so in this life, um, can you figure out for me why I don't always feel like everybody else should feel. Like I don't think things are funny when other people think things are funny. And I cry and I have emotions, but sometimes I don't feel like I'm on the same level as everybody else. It,
Right.
why do you feel that way?
Feel, yeah, that feeling of being misunderstood, it just goes throughout the lives and lives and lives. I mean, it was created on purpose, and then it became like a program. Like if you on repeat in situations that create particular feeling in all the lives you go through, it would just like be recorded in your subconscious as a program. You're of a different level because you come from the sage dimension, and a lot of souls here are young. A lot of people here are like kind of like cyborgs. They have the appearance of people, but they're not. There are a lot of among the people chameleons. There's a reptilian race. This is your subconscious saying. Um, chameleon race of reptilians that can put on a mask, a human form for some time to function in this environment. Through connecting to other people and draining their energy, they can hold that shape and form. You see some of them in the government, and you know how they look. And then the process of like even talking to you that drain your energy, that just how it happens. You understand that a lot of things your perception is different, basically because you got more knowledge deep down, you're wiser. But the problem is you can't really spread the wisdom. That's what you feel like you cannot share it, and that kind of becomes a problem, because it needs to be shared. You cannot bottle it up inside, and everybody needs to work and towards some progress. But at the same time, you're doing a lot at night, and um, you're doing a lot already, and you're psychologically, mentally, morally healing the kids. So I mean, it's a big job. But yeah, because the clones were taking 32% of energy, and the reptilian and Draco, and I mean, it's just kind of hard. Like I feel like sometimes you would just like sit down and wouldn't move, and kind of feeling off, you know, frozen, stuck. I don't know what else to do, how to help it. Feel like that feeling.
Okay. My other question is, I've always had a problem, I mean, from childhood, remembering things. Like, like today, if my sisters and I sit down and we start talking about our past or something, and they'll say, "Do you remember this?" And they tell stories. I don't remember things. I don't remember that stuff. I don't remember. I don't remember things about being married. I don't remember things about my son when he was young and growing up, and you know, like the memories that I have are bad memories, and because I had a pretty rough childhood, with things that happened, and then with marriages, abuse and that kind of thing, and it's awful, but those are the kind of memories that I still have. But I don't have. I have some good memories, but I wonder, is there something wrong with me? That why would did I block all this stuff out?
I see that they did. They did because of the holes in the DNA. It's somehow connected to memory, and also the tiara kind of have like a crescent tiara one on your forehead. It was um it was working so like it's kind of like constant electricity going through your head, activating the programs. So there's not enough space because of the programs for your memories to be held. Um, that's for the physical brain. But then if you wanted to access them, you couldn't really get through the electromagnetic field created by this tiara. So that's why you couldn't remember much. And it was also done on purpose for you not to, because there's a little things they wouldn't want you to know,
Hmm.
about the original, about a lot of things, like a lot. Um, that was caused by implants. That's the main thing.
Okay. Okay. Um, the other question, when you talked about me in and out of the water here in the spaceships and stuff like that, and that was one of my questions. Why am I afraid of water? I love the ocean. That's my happy place. I love to be there on the beach and just
Mm,
you know be there. But I'm scared of the water. I don't know how to swim. I've never learned how to swim. If water gets, I don't let water get over my head because it just totally scares me to death.
yeah, it's because it's counteracted. It's they wanted to. They made sure you would forget your true self, true essence, because once you connect to your true self and true essence, because ironically you come from Sirius, you've had lives on Sirius B, which is a water planet, and you're like an amphibian being there. So they wanted you to forget who you really are and twist it upside down, like everything's inverted in Matrix reality. And
Yeah,
also you had to deal with water, reminds you blood, fight,
yeah.
bombs, fighting with reptilians. That's all connected to the ocean, water, and
Okay.
so.
Well, that's really all the questions that I have, Apana. I mean, you've answered everything else. I put the pieces
Mm,
together when you explained me, what my past lives were like.
yeah.
You've opened, you've opened up a, you've opened a portal for me tonight.
Yeah, I feel like I remember you, just so weird. Like I've seen this before. I've been in those. Yeah. Okay, let me turn off the recording.